Our 9Cares Colorado Shares food drive is in full swing now. We partner with King Soopers and Food Bank of the Rockies to raise money to help out families who are struggling to put food on the table. 1 in 10 families face times when there's just not enough money to buy food. I was one of those families.
So many memories here.
We had just moved to this community. 6 months into the job, they go bankrupt and I have no job. Well, your brother I know was in kindergarten, so I would say you were 8. I mean, I was aware of Grace Resource Center, which was a ministry next to the railroad tracks. I think I called and they said, oh, you know, every Friday or whatever day it was, once a week we hand out bags of food, and I thought, they gotta do it. And dragged you with me, and we heard a sermon. We stood in line. When you have children, you get a little bit more non-perishable food. It always consists of Cheerios and pasta and a can of beans and tuna. And, we were walking out to the car, and this guy was running after us. And he's like, Miss, I want to give you my box of cereal. He's like, you have a family. And I go, yeah, but okay, I'm walking to a car. I'm driving to a house. Yeah. He didn't look like he had either. Yeah. And he was so sweet. Talk about generous.
Yeah. I don't really remember a lot from that time, but I do remember that day.
Oh, I know.
How could you forget, right?
Right.
And to flip this on the other side, to come out of this with a happy story, I remember you bought Honey Nut Cheerios, because this was a box of regular Cheerios.
Oh, we've arrived.
And yeah, I was like, we have made it.
Yeah, it was not easy. Why, after all these years, I still get tearful, I have no idea. But I'm not ashamed of that time, because I think it put us in a spot of being empathetic and compassionate toward others.
I love you, Mommy.
I love you.
You know, so that period of time didn't really last very long for us, but there's a lot of families out there that find themselves in a tough situation, right? Like, you move to a new community, you lose a job, something happens. You know, my mom was a single mom at the time, and so you fall into hard times, and that's why programs like 9Cares Colorado Shares is just so important, because it helps the families kind of bridge this gap.
Yeah, everybody's one step away from being in that position if things just don't happen to go right, you know, and sometimes it's not your fault, sometimes they just happen. And so your mom's so cool. I'm glad she wanted to talk about it, because I like her a lot. She's really cool.
Yeah, she's a tough woman, you know, and as you said, it really has made our whole family very compassionate. And so when we used to go out and do the food drives where people would drive up, it came full circle for us. You know, my family would all come out, and it felt very cool giving back, because we were in that situation. It just meant so much more to us. Yeah,
your family and a lot of other families. I mean, I've worked a ton of those food drives where people drive up and give us canned food, and a lot of them always said, I used to be in this position, and that's why I'm donating today. And so
on the flip side.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you can donate to our 9Cares Colorado Shares holiday drive, scan the code on your screen to give now. You can also donate when you shop at your local King Soopers, or join us for our 9Cares Colorado Shares telethon that's coming up this Thursday. All of the money you donate will help food banks around Colorado feed those in need this holiday season. For more information, go to 9news.com/9cares.